Class, now let's start with the story The Blue Beet. In my last video, I discussed the hard work of the Sibia. Once she just go for her work along with her mother and other women. And now, the page number 97. Some of the women were wearing necklaces made out of lal beads. See, this is the description given by the narrator, by the writer. This is all the thinking, this is all the feeling of the Sibia when she observed, because you see the girl was very poor. When she observed some of the women were wearing necklaces made out of lal beads, she has just used some Hindi words also in this story. She used to be an Indian writer, that's why she has written some Hindi words also. Beads means seeds, the shiny scarlet seeds, black one, and that grew everywhere in the jungle. So she is just describing many shiny scarlet means red seeds, black one, and at the end they were black, that grew everywhere in the jungle. So how these seeds are used by the women? They used to make necklaces out of these seeds. It was best to have new necklaces each year instead of last year's faded ones. So they were not so rich, so they can just buy some gold or silver. So they used to make their necklaces with these beads, and they can just change these beads necklaces once they just become faded. When they just become old, they change them every year. And Sibia was making one too. And Sibia, she is also making one necklace for her with those beads, with those seeds. How nice it was going to be to hear that rattling swish round her neck. She was imagining that once she will make the scarlet beads, scarlet seeds necklace, how it will look like. It will make a noise, swish kind of a noise around her neck, because these seeds, these stones, they make a kind of a sound also. As she frowsed along with lots of necklaces. Sometime what happens when she wears the necklaces, she gets hurts also, just because of the hard stones of those necklaces. But each seed hard as a stone. But whatever the necklace she is just going to make with out of these seeds, they are also just like very hard, like the stone had to be drilled with a red hot needle. It was so hard, so that she has to just make the needle red hot in the fire, so the needle can just go through all these seeds, then she can just make the necklace. And the family needle was snapped, so she must wait till they could buy another. And her family's needle, you can think about, needle is comes in a very less money, it's very cheap, but that time they were not having one needle also, so she must wait till they could buy another. She had to wait for the another needle, so her family will buy, then she will just make the necklace for her without of these seeds. Oh, for strings and strings of glass and beads, anklets, earrings, nose rings, bangles, all the gorgeous dazzle of the bazaar, all her little golden body decorated. What she thinks over here, she thinks, oh, for strings and strings of glass and beads. She will just make strings means kind of a necklaces she will be making with all these beads. Beads means seeds, and with all these glass stones she will make a kind of a many jewelry like anklets. Anklets, they are used to be worn in the feet. Earring, nose ring, bangle, all these gorgeous dazzling looking jewelry which she saw in the bazaar, that all her little golden body decorated. So she will wear all these jewelry around her body. Chattering as they went, the women followed the dusty track toward the river. On their way, they passed a Gujjar encampment of grass huts where these nomadic gaziers would live for a time until their animal had perhaps finished all the easy grazing within reach. So every day the Sibia goes by her mother and other women for her work. What they do, they had to just cut the grass and they just give the grass to the agent, and he gives the some money to them in for on behalf of that grass. So they have to go every day to cut the grass. So they were going again towards that place to cut the grass, and they all were just chattering, they all were just talking with each other. Women followed the dusty track. The track was so dusty, full of dust. They were just moving towards the river. On their way, whenever they passed, there was a one Gujjar encampment. Gujjar kind of the Sibia was just living near to the river. The area was so outdated, so not so developed. They used to be just like the jungle area. So there also the Gujjar encampment. The Gujjar is a kind of a tribe, those who used to live in camps. Just like the nomadic people, just like the Banjaras, they are called the Gujjars. They used to live near that river. Once they were just going to the place where they work. So in that area, they found a Gujjar camps also of grass huts. They were just made of grass huts where these nomadic gaziers. Nomadic, the person who lives for some time and they move for after some time, would live for a time until their animals. They are just people like they just put their temporary camp near to the river or near to those places where the grass is available, so their animal can graze the grass. If they had perhaps finished all the easy grazing within reach, if the animals they had just finished all the grass, then they changed their places, or they were not able to sell enough of their white butter and white milk in the district. And once they finish all their white milk and white butter nearby places, then they change their places to live, to make the camp in some other places. So once these ladies were just passing those areas, so they found the Gujjar camps also, or there was no one to buy the young male buffaloes for tiger bait. So these Gujjar people, what they do, they sell the butter, white milk, etc. Once it is finished, and when there are no buyers for this, and there are no one to just buy these male buffaloes from them, so what happened, they changed their places. So they were living right now. Or perhaps a cattle killing tiger was making a nuisance of himself. They had to move on. If sometime any tiger is just making the bait of their male buffaloes, means if the tiger is just taking a target to their animals, if they are just killing their cattle, killing their buffaloes and sheep, etc., then if they are just making the nuisance, then they change, then they move on from that place. If they found any problem, then they change their camps. Sibia glanced at the Gujjar women as she went past. They wore trousers tight and wrinkled at the ankles, and in their ears large silver rings made out of melted rupees, and one of them was clinking a stick against the big brass gurras. Gurras is here the ghadas, in which they fetched water from the river for the camp. So Sibia, once she had a glance, she looked at Gujjar women, what they used to wear. They used to wear a tight trouser just like a chudidar, you can say, tight and wrinkled at the ankle, and in their ears they wear the silver rings. These silver rings, they are just made of the melted rupees. Earlier the rupees, they used to come in a silver metal. Once they are just melted and they are just molded into a silver rings, earrings. They were wearing these kind of rings. So Sibia observed this, and one of them was clinking a stick against the big brass ghadas, in which they fetched water from the river for the camp. And they were clinking, they were making sound, these ghadas, when they just put their ghadas or the pitcher on their shoulder. So when it comes in contact with the ghada, it makes a clinking sound also. And they used to go fetch the water from the river near to the camp to see which ones were empty. So when they found the pitcher is empty, the ghada is empty, they used to go to fill it. The men and boys were out of camp just now with the herd, or gone to the bazaar to sell produce. And this time many men and boys, they have just went to just for the selling and purchasing into the bazaar. But one or two buffaloes were standing about, creatures of great wet noses and moving jaws and gaunt black bones. And some buffaloes were there about, creatures of great wet noses, their noses were wet, and moving jaws, they were just moving their jaws, chewing something, and gaunt black bones, and they were looking very unpleasant. The Gujars were Junglis, as Sibia was too born and bred in the forest. Gujar was Junglis, and Sibia was also born and brought up in forest also. For countless centuries, their forebears had lived like this. So, for from many centuries, they are living like this. Forebears mean their forefathers also living like this, like junglis, getting their living from animals, from grass, and they are getting their living. They are dependent on the animals and on the grass. So the junglis, the people, they just live on the sea vegetations and animals and trees. As they scratched their food together and stored their substances in large herds and silver jewelry, they were men in the wandering pastoral age, not stone age hunters and not yet cultivators. So as they scratch their food together, they get their food just like this from the trees, animals and all, and they store all these fruits in large herds and silver jewelry. And they store in large herds means in large groups, and silver jewelry they stored. They were man in the wandering pastoral age, the time when the grazing only used to be there, not stone age. They are not, the writer is not talking about the stone age hunter age, but they are still just like a, and not yet cultivator, still they are not the cultivator, still they are not mingled into the agriculture, but they are pastoral means the people used to live in jungle, used to live in these kind of places where they are dependent on the animals and trees only. Ah, now there was the river twinkling between the trees, sunlit beyond dark trunks. They could hear it rushing along. In the starting also, I have told you this narrator, she takes each and every scene in very detail. Just like this, she is describing the river in detail, twinkling between the trees. One river was just passing, it was twinkling, it was making see like a sunlight, like it is shown beyond dark trunks are the trees trunks. They could hear it rushing along, and everyone can just hear the sound of this river that is just rushing. The women came out on the shore and made for the stepping stones. And these women just came out from that shore, and they were just stepping stone, and they were just moving and taking the steps on the stones. Those were near to the river so that they can just pass that river. They had plenty to laugh and bicker about as they approached the river in a noisy crowd. They girded up their skirts so as to jump from one stone to another, and they clanged their sickles and forks together over their shoulders to have ease of movement. They shouted their quarrels about the gush of the river. These women were just passing that river, they were just talking and chatting, and approached the river, and there was so much of crowd was there just because of these women. They girded up their skirt just because of the water. They pull up their skirts, pull up their saris. As they were jumping towards the stone, they were crossing that river, and the sound of the sickles means their weapons, their instruments were just making sound, and they all were just passing with ease movement, and they were shouting also, and some kind of a quarrels above the gush of the river. The gush of the river, the sound and the flow of the river could be heard.